Welcome back to the Quip and Cap podcast. So today, Riri got a topic she want to talk about. She's gonna spring it on me. I don't even know what the topic is, so if I'm not knowledgeable about it, I'll just ask questions. But I don't know what this topic is. But go ahead, shoot away. What you want to talk about?
So recently, Dr. Umar had said how he believes BBLs became so popular because of the over-sexualization of black women in rap videos and rap songs and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's really what he was pretty much expounding on. Just like the reason why things like this is so popular is because of what you're seeing in the music videos and what rappers are talking about. And then it's almost like women say that they don't get that work done for themselves, but then he's saying that that's a lie. And women, they're saying that they're not getting it done for a man, they're getting their body done for themselves. And he's pretty much saying that's a lie. It's becoming popular because rappers and men are pretty much over-sexualizing a black woman's body.
Right.
And making it seem like, like if you want to be wanted, you gotta have a perfect figure eight, or overtly figure eight, body shape.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
So I guess, do I think that women getting it done for men versus them getting it done for themselves?
Well, first, do you think that women, do you feel like he's right and that women's bodies are being over-sexualized and that led to the popularity of BBLs?
I guess I don't think that's what led to it. I just think that women, and just from a male's perspective, from my perspective, women just so competitive by nature. So I don't think it has anything specifically to do with rap videos and movies and over sexualization, I think it's a thing where women compete with women. I think mainly, I will say, to answer that, I think a lot of it has to do with women competing with women more than women doing stuff for men. I feel like a lot of women are competition. That's what it looked like from my vantage point. A lot of women are in competition with each other more than they are competing for men. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
As a woman, I agree. I do feel like the music videos over-sexualize black women's bodies, but I don't feel like that took effect in the black culture, because as a black woman, if I'm seeing a girl walking around with a nice shapely figure, I have a shapely figure, you know what I'm saying? Like whether I'm big or I'm small, my figure is always shapely, you know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily look at it as, ooh, I need to get that. It's more so, dang, I need to lose some weight, or maybe I need to gain some weight to get my butt a little bigger.
Right.
Whereas I think women of a different race, they look at it and they think, I want my body to look like a black woman.
Right.
Hence, Kim K getting her body done, her sister, their whole family getting their body done to be shaped like black women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like that triggered the competitiveness with black women, because now women of different races, back in the day it was different. People wasn't getting their bodies done. So, if you dated a white girl or an Asian girl, you had to deal with what they came with. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, they was probably getting their titties done, so they had big breasts, but they didn't have no big butt. Everything else was kind of like, Now, it's almost like everybody's getting their body done, so everybody kind of have the body that us as black women are born with, which now kind of puts us black women like, okay, we're not doing this for no man, but I can't have this white bitch's body looking better than my body.
Right. Ah.
So let me go get my body done so I can stay in this race.
Okay.
Because it's not necessarily that we're doing it for men, but it is a competitive thing. And women, we are raised, like the way we are raised is a very competitive nature. I tell you this all the time. When a woman sees something that another woman has, she doesn't think, oh man, I want something like that. She thinks, I want that.
Right.
You know, like I want that. Like, how can I figure out how I can get that? You know what I'm saying? I won't say that's not 100% across the board. Mainly that kind of.
I mean, nothing is ever 100%.
Yeah, but mainly that is kind of like goes for men. Like people see a man and like women see a man and they don't think, I want a man like that. They think, I know this man will do that.
Right.
I want that man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where that kind of go. And it's not 100%. None of this stuff is 100%. But, you know, like, I mean, women are competitive. So I don't think that it is necessarily, I do believe that our bodies as black women are being over sexualized, because you can see it in shows when black women come out and their body is natural and they got a really nice healthy body, flat stomach, nice butt, nice breasts, and then you got women who had to pay money for their body to look a little bit similar to what a black woman has naturally. They ooh and ah over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They be looking like, oh, look at her. And sometimes they kind of make her feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Because this is like, why you looking at me like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a little bit uncomfortable because this is like, goodness gracious, like, this is my natural body.
Right.
However, I don't believe that it was, I don't believe that the reason why I got so popular, again, is because of rap music. I do think, as you said, that it's just women competing against each other.
Yeah, I just think, period. Probably throughout history, when you see something kind of progression, it's like a cultural thing. A lot of cultures just kind of, when they see something kind of trending a certain way, a lot of people just follow it. So probably just throughout history, before rap videos, I'm sure women, whoever was the first woman to start wearing makeup, once women started wearing makeup, then women started wanting to wear makeup. Because they're like, I don't want to.
No. But it's more so, it's more so like one girl, like let's say the first time somebody came out and wore makeup, and now she's getting a whole lot of attention. Not from men, not just from women, but from everybody. They're like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Your skin looks so even. Like, what's happening here? And then now all the other girls in the room is looking like, what this bitch got on her face? Because just yesterday she was looking like a pizza, and now today she looking like baby skin. So what the fuck, And that's kind of where the competition come from.
But that's what I'm saying.
No,
because
it sound like you're saying something different.
No, because if you start wearing makeup, I said cultures, when they see something trending upwards, meaning you getting attention from it. Okay. Then people want to start following that. So, when it comes, and a lot of it is cultural. So when it comes to, at some point, I'm sure women just, that's just culture, period. That's just, women got their thing, men got their thing. I think women more so y'all got more going on in that department with trying to, look wise, trying to compete with each other and trying to keep up. Men don't really, that ain't really our thing.
Because y'all weren't born like that. Y'all, excuse me, not born. Y'all weren't raised like that. Y'all were raised to work together and that's why it's so easy for y'all to walk into a room and just be cool and friendly with each other. And next thing you know, y'all walking out and being friends.
But see, you know what? The thing for us really is money. We, for the most part, if you got money, you can get women. If you got money and you stable, you ain't gotta look, you ain't gotta have a six pack. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even gotta have a whole lot of swag. You can get an attractive woman if you look like you got your life together. So that's probably like that one thing that men always kind of chase. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the laws and rules of being a man, is being a protector and a provider. You know what I'm saying? And the provider is a big part of it. And if you can provide, you can get a woman. Now, if we got our pick of the litter, women want men. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm picking, if I'm a provider, now which woman do I want to pick? I'm gonna pick the best woman I can get, and most likely she's gonna be a looker. Now the women got to compete with each other to get that spot, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't. I don't know how women think, but we just ain't got all of that going on. But women, trying to get into these spots. But a lot of times, like I say, I think a lot of it has to do with. It seemed like from my vantage point, a lot of women just be in more competition with themselves, with each other, than them competing to try to get a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think them trying to get a guy is a very close second. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of the competition. But I feel like it's a very close. It ain't a distant second.
So I'll give you a real good example. A real good example of how it is. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You walk into a room. It's 10 girls. It's 10 guys. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one attractive guy, and the rest are
Mm-hmm.
The rest of all those girls might settle for the okay guy, but they all are going to be trying to get that one attractive guy.
Right.
Right? Now, but outside of that, you're in a room with a bunch of girls, right? There's one girl, she's cute. Maybe she's real social. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like her. Women tend to be a little jealous of those type of qualities in somebody. You know what I'm saying? So you might have some that's like, oh my gosh, she's so cool, I want to be her friend. And then you're going to have some that's not going to like her simply because she's cute and she got a nice personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like where the competition come in. It don't necessarily have anything to do with men. I mean, yeah, I'd say it's something in there, about it. But like we are so women are raised to such a level of competition even when we're younger. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can't be the pretty girl. Mm-hmm. Everybody can't be the smart girl. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can't be popular. It's almost like they almost kind of raise you in a way where only one person can be in one slot. And if there's two people in that slot, they have to compete against each other to be like the top of that slot, which is crazy because it's real sad that it's like this. But unfortunately, it's like this. And I will say that I feel like when you get to a certain age, a lot of times the maturity kicks in and you kind of grow out of those ways. And then sometimes you get to a certain age and you double down on those ways. Unfortunately. But I don't really think, everybody wants to be chosen. Mm-hmm. And that's where the man comes in. Everybody wants to be chosen. You might not even like him, but you want him to like you. You don't even want him, but you want him to want you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You want to have control.
Yeah. So if there's somebody else that's kind of going up for it, that might trigger a competition. But I don't think the competition is necessarily for the guy. I think the competition is more so for the control of it. You know what I'm saying? They want the attention. They want what you can get from being in that situation or having the control to be able to pull somebody from someone else.
Right.
But the person don't really matter. So I don't ever think that this competition stuff, I don't ever really believe that the basis of it is a man. Mm-hmm. Maybe it might have been back in the day, and maybe in some places it might be because there is a shortage of men. So I will say that on some level it might be a competition for men, but some of these things, I don't feel like it's a competition for men when it comes to for women and their bodies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I can see that.
Yeah.
So it's more so women versus women. You just know when somebody got something going on that you don't got. And he's like...
Yeah. It's almost like y'all are spending money to make yourself look a certain way. Mm-hmm. I'm going to fall into obscurity if I don't follow suit.
Right.
It's almost like I don't want to sit at the table alone. I want to sit at the table with y'all. In order to do that, I got to get my body done. I don't necessarily want the attention that it brings, but I don't want to be left out on a corner either.
Right.
So I think that's really what it comes down to. And that's it. You got something you want to bring up?
I mean, we done it. You
I
ain't
feel
got
like
no
this.
question?
I feel like this alcohol is good with my pineapple juice.
You like it?
I don't taste it at all. And the first time I fixed it, I put a lot in there.
That's good. Okay, something I want to talk about that I had marked down for a long time, and I was saving this for you before. This was before, I had to do a lot of convincing you to do this podcast thing, before you decided to do it, and I had this topic, but I couldn't do it without you. So we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. So this is kind of like a personal thing, but you can chime in on it because you got some experience with it as it relates to me.
Okay.
So I want to talk about this, well, you got some experience, little experience with it, not the whole thing. But I want to talk about, I had this situation going on for about, it was like a couple years with me and these homeless people. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't expecting that.
It started before you, but you witnessed at least one incident. How many incidents did you witness? That one? Because I was telling you everything, so you already had it in your head, but then you saw something with your own eyes.
I saw it with my own eyes. I was on the phone with you and and a homeless person did something to you when we were on the phone.
We was on the phone?
I think so. Unless I'm getting two separate incidents confused. I know we were on the phone with the one that I witnessed. We were on the phone because he was bothering you when we were on the phone, and then when you parked.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the one. Okay, yeah.
So that's one. But was there another time when the homeless person was on a corner and they threw something at your car? Were we on the phone, or was that just something you were
I might have told you about. I was going through this thing. I just want to get this outside.
Talk about this.
It all started.
I thought you was about to say something serious.
No. We're going to get this one out of the way. So it all started with one day I was walking down 14th Street, around the 14th and U Street area. I'm walking down on the same block as Busboy and Poet. Actually, hold on. I walked down. I might have went to go get a haircut, or I went to the bank. I might have went to the bank ATM. I don't know where I was going, but I was coming back. Matter of fact, I'm coming back up 14th Street. So I cross over U Street, and I'm on the same block with the Busboy and Poet, where Marvin's used to be, where the Dunkin' Donuts still is. But if anybody been to Marvin's, when this first situation happened, this just turned into a whole homeless barrage to come at me in the next months to a couple years ago. I was just getting harassed. I don't know. I was walking, boom, I crossed over 14th Street. And there was this homeless dude. I just assumed he was homeless because he was pushing a cart. You know what I'm saying? Like a shopping cart. Mm-hmm. I don't know where the fuck he got the shopping cart. He coming down 14th Street, like going towards U Street. I'm crossing U Street, going up, like going towards V Street, So he pushing the shopping cart. He just walking down. And I'm just walking. I had this little leather jacket on, the guest joint, the joint with their birthday. I had that on, matter of fact. Had my hand in my pocket. And I'm just kind of chilling, just walking. And he pushing the cart. And then he as soon as he get close to him, he bucked him. He said. So I'm walking. And I stopped, right? And it's funny because I told people this story. And people was like, oh, you should have just kept walking. But my mind not really wired. It was like, it's stuff, I know when to walk away from stuff. I know when not to engage, entertain. Put it like this. I know when not to entertain stuff, I think. Maybe I do or don't.
If a female breaks bad, he will back off. But if a man breaks bad, he's all of a sudden about all the shits.
Yeah,
you are about all the shits.
I mean, because it's a guy. I don't play with guys. I don't play with guys. You know what I'm saying?
But
if he's homeless, I don't count that.
Female, that's the only time you will walk away. Anybody else, I don't think you care if they're homeless.
I try. I want to put like this. I want to care. I ain't gonna lie. I want to care. But the dude bucked at me. He bucked it like you had to be there. He bucked at me like that. He pushing the joint and I was like, So I stopped and he kept going, so I stopped. I was like, hold on. I turned around, I said, did you just buck at me? Then he turned around, he walked back, he's like, what? I said, did you just buck at me? And when I said that, right, I'm gonna be honest. When I said it with the intentions that I'm thinking that this nigga homeless. This is gonna be easy. I'm gonna scare him off. You know what I'm saying? That shit did not work. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was with all the shit.
They already homeless. What they got to be afraid of?
But some people you can buck at. I mean, I watch movies. I never had too many altercations with homeless people. But you watch movies, they punk the homeless. Get the fuck out the way and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. They be like, all that shit. This nigga, so I don't think it's gonna be one of them situations. I said, man, did you buck at me? He was like, what? I said, did you just buck at me? He's like, what? I'm like, this happened and this was before I met you. Mm-hmm. This is before COVID. So this probably like 2019, 2018. I don't know, 2019 for sure. Because COVID happened in 2020, right?
Yeah.
COVID happened in 2020. So I'm going to assume this is like 2019. I know it was a little chilly. I'm going to say about the winter, probably like between January 2019 to March, somewhere around that time. Because I had the jacket on. Mm-hmm. And long story short, I ain't going to really get into it. But when he bucked at me, we had a standoff. And it got to the point where this shit turned into some shit I didn't expect it to turn into. You know what I'm saying? We squared up on 14th Street. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, I was like, what you gonna do? The nigga moved the cart to the side. He pushed the cart over. He was like, what? He moved the cart over to the side.
Because he was ready to get down with you.
I was like, oh, man, hold on. This is not what I signed up for. I did not sign up to be boxing the homeless. Because at this point, I'm in a lose-lose situation. I'm like, if I beat the shit out of this homeless dude,
it's gonna
look bad. Mm-hmm. If he beat the shit out of me,
it's gonna
look bad. You know what I'm saying? Homeless nigga beat the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really want to get, I thought I was going to punk him and he was going to keep it moving. The shit ain't work. The nigga moved that car to the side. Then I put my hands up. It's like midday, probably like noon, 1 o'clock, busy weekday.
White people going to lunch,
walking past.
Oh my God.
On 14th Street, 14th and U Street, busy. People going to lunch. Buses driving past. I'm conscious of all this shit.
And you
people looking at
your ass about to get down.
Man, I put my hands up, right? He put his hands up. This nigga had a ring on. He had this crazy ass ring on.
That's why
it looked like
scared.
One of them Wu-Tang RZA wings with the poke. It had like a pokey thing on it, right? So I was like, whoa. I was sitting there looking like, whoa. Take that ring off. Take that ring off. Man, that nigga was all the shit. He looked at that ring. He took that motherfucker off. That nigga took the joint off. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay. So I was like, man, I can fight. I don't know about this nigga, so if I really got to fight this nigga, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. That's what I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I put my hands up. We on 40th Street. But this nigga, first of all, the thing that threw me off was that the only reason I think he was homeless is because he was pushing a car. He didn't necessarily look homeless. Like, he had like a hoodie on. It was like a college football team or something. He had like a hoodie on. The shit was real clean. It was sweet. You know what I'm saying? He ain't necessarily, if he didn't have a cart, I wouldn't have thought he was homeless. So that nigga put the joint in. He put his hand. I put my hands up. Come on, let's go. I put my hands up. He put his hands up. Then the nigga started bouncing and shit. I was in my head. I'm like, oh, this nigga know what he doing. I'm like, oh my God, this is not going the way I want this to go. At the end of the day, he like, come on. So I started inching. So I'm like, at this point, I'm just gonna tag this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm inching towards him. I'm smiling because I'm like, nigga, I like to fight. I like to fight. I don't want to fight, but I like to fight. You know what I'm saying? Nigga want to fight, we can fight. I will fight you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm smiling. I'm like, okay, this is going to be fun. I'm coming at him, right? And I'm inching towards him, but he bouncing, doing all this shit. Look like he know what he doing, too. Inching towards him. Every time I get closer, he just keeping distance. He know how to keep distance. So I could never swing at him to where I was going to land because he kept distance. But it got to a point where he bouncing all around, like, come on. But he keep looking at his cart, making sure nobody take his cart. The nigga was concerned about that cart. He like this. So he like this. Come on. And then that's when I started realizing this nigga, he never really put a sentence together. when I would talk to him and say, nigga, this ain't what you want to do. I'm trying to tell you. Da, 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 da. He never put a sentence like, come on, what? He just kept saying shit like that. So he never put a sentence together. At some point, he turned around, went to his cart, and then just walked off. And I was just like, because I had it in my head. I had it mapped out in my head what was going to happen. I was like, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. It's going to look like I beat up a homeless guy.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like old or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I probably was older than him, honestly.
But he might have had like some mental issues.
Yeah. I had it mapped out. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. Boom. I'm going to run down the side street, cut through an alley. I had this on, act like nothing happened. I had an escape plan. I had this shit all mapped out in my head. I'm going to beat the shit out of him.
You know they got cameras everywhere.
I know. That's how I was going, but them cameras was going to have to follow the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to make a XYZ line to where I was going. So that was just, all in all, that was just the beginning. Then, so that happened. Then one day, and all this shit was just happening, right? So one day I'm driving, boom, and I see a homeless person in one of the medians, you know what I'm saying? On the left side of me. So I'm driving, homeless person just walking around, just in space. Boom. They had something in their hand. They saw my car and threw it up in the air. And then just turned off, right? I'm driving, I was like, what the fuck? I swear to God, that motherfucker, whatever they threw up in the air, that junk landed. Boom, and hit my windshield. Like, timed it. Boom. I'm driving, that junk hit my, boom. I was like, oh, what the fuck was that? It was like it kind of busted. It was like a little small, it was something like this small, but it busted. It was like a grape. I don't know if it was a fruit. I don't know what the fuck it was. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then another day, shortly after that, I'm driving. This homeless guy, he walking down the street. This nigga all the way on the sidewalk. This nigga look at me, he talking to himself, I'm driving. I'm looking at him. He just looked at me and looked at my car and just started cussing me out from the sidewalk. And then he swung from the sidewalk. I'm nowhere in my car, nowhere near there. He like this. I'm in the car, I ducked. I'm driving, I'm like this. I'm like, oh, the nigga swung at my car all the way from the sidewalk and I ducked. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on with these homeless people fucking with me? Then it's just like in between that, I'm driving, homeless people. Because I bring all this up because this stuff ain't happened in a while. This was like a period. This ain't no everyday shit for me. This was just after boom, 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 boom. I'm driving, like I'm just driving down the street. A homeless person would just walk out, the light green. I got a green light. They just walk out in the street in front of my car, just walking and look at me like I'm wrong. And I got to stop at the green light and let them walk. It was just a whole bunch of shit. Then, I told you about all these stories.
Yeah.
Then you witnessed
so
the one time.
Let me tell it. Okay, so he's telling me all of this stuff, and I'm listening, and I'm like, oh, baby, yeah. Why do homeless people got to bully you? That sounds terrible. So then I'm over his house. I'm parking.
I got the word bully from you because you was like, oh, they bullying you? I ain't even think about the bullying.
You like, I need to go talk to them.
Bullying you? I'm like, that's exactly what's going on. I ain't even think about the bully word. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm like,
bullying you.
I'm like, that's exactly what's going on.
So one day I come over his house after I get off. He's not quite off. He got off. I got to his house and he was still making his way to the house. So I'm sitting in my car. We're talking on the phone. He's at the corner of 13th and V. And he said, oh, shit. You start yelling out the window, right?
I wasn't at 13th and V. I probably was like, to be specific, I probably was like on 11th. I was like, on 11th and V. Yeah.
And he walked all the way down the street?
He walked like
3 blocks.
God.
Yeah. I thought he was on.
No, it was 11th. I know exactly what corner I was on.
Okay, so he was
11th and V.
He was on 11th and V.
Yeah, he walking.
So he starts yelling out the window because a homeless guy is like standing in the middle of the street. I don't know. He's gonna tell you that part, but I'm in the car and I'm listening to him. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, man, they fucking with me. They fucking with me. And I said, who? He said, these homeless people. I spoke him up because we was just laughing about it. I used to bring this up a lot because I just used to think it was so hilarious. I'm like, these homeless people bullying my baby. Next time I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna tell him to stop. So, but but to be honest, he's telling me this stuff, and a small part of me was just kind of like, a little bit of this is your fault because you keep engaging. You know these people crazy. These homeless people, they do not have to. They are not homeless because they are homeless. They are homeless because something is wrong with them. Because DC take care of their people. So if they living on the street, it ain't because they ain't got no money. It's because something is mentally wrong.
I'm gonna tell you, because I told the story about me and the guy on 14th Street. I told it back when it happened on the 25 story because I got a lot of reaction. People thought it was the most funniest shit, and a lot of people was commenting, was like, why would you even entertain that? But it was like, you gotta be there. You had to be there.
Like, he liked to fight. You said it out your mouth.
I do, but not no homeless people. I will ignore a homeless person.
That's what that's what you say, but I've seen with my own eyes that you won't. So getting back to my story, he parked and get out the car and starts. We walking down the alleyway to his place, and he's telling me, I'm carrying my bag. No, he took my bag from me, but the hook got caught on my pants. I had on like some ripped jeans, so the hook caught on my string, and I'm sitting there trying to get it off. Next thing I know, this homeless got talking. This is my DC. This is my city.
Hold on, but see, you must skip. What happened was the thing that sparked the situation between me and him. I'm driving down the street. The nigga walking down in the middle of the damn street like he a car. You know what I'm saying? The nigga walking down the street like he a car. So I'm driving, I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? This homeless shit that I got going on with these people is fresh in my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm like...
And then he started yelling out the window.
So I'm like, dog, I ain't even yell at him.
You ain't yelling at him?
No, I'm on the phone with you, because you parked. I'm on the phone with you. I'm like, we talking. I'm like, this motherfucker walking down the street. In the middle of the street. So he just walking, then he look at me, and just kept walking like, then he talking, and I'm like, man, this nigga need to get the fuck out the street. And he just like looking at me like he ain't paying me no, like I'm nobody. Then at some point he just ended up moving, but when I rolled like past him, he said something. So he said something. I'm like, man, this nigga don't fuck. So by the time I
But
parked,
I'm on the phone with him talking about just ignore him, baby. Just
by the time
come on to the house.
By the time I park, I get out the car, I'm telling you the story because you're on the phone with me, but I'm like, yeah. I'm like the dude, because he was walking down the same street.
Yeah. When I saw him, he was already on 13th
The
Street.
nigga was speed walking. He was speed walking trying to catch up to me. When I parked, he's like 2 blocks away, because I'm in the car. Where I parked there was 2 blocks away from the encounter with him. So when I parked, I felt like he saw me and saw me park and speeding up. He started speed walking. I'm like, he walked fast as shit up here. He did that for me.
All I know is we walking down there. I'm trying because I saw the guy. He said, that's that nigga right there. And I said, let's just go in the house. But my bag got caught on my jeans. And he's trying to hold it for me, but he couldn't go because it's like stuck on my jeans. And here I hear somebody saying, this my city. This my city. Then he stopped in the alleyway looking at Wes. He's like, this my motherfucking city. So what's like, who you talking to? And I'm like, come on, baby. He probably talking to me. Come on. Like, it's his city. And then the dude, like, huh? And what's like, who you talking to? And he's like, no, what? No. He said, who you talking to? You talking to me? And the guy was like, no. He trying to walk west immediately. So, well, when he said, who you talking to? He left me and started walking towards the guy. I had to grab his arm to get you to stop. Because I'll say this. I'm not going to, Wes ain't going to be getting into no fights if I'm around. Not unless it's absolutely necessary. He ain't going to be getting into no fights. I'm not in support. He like to fight. He like to fight, but I don't like all that stuff. I don't want to see it.
I'm telling you like this.
I don't want to see it.
I don't
care if it
fight,
was a
but I don't want to fight.
not.
I'm getting too old for that shit. I'm getting too old to be fighting. I feel like deep down my fighting heydays is over. I might not even win all the fights that I would need to win
He
these
left
days.
me.
I don't know. I ain't been in a fight
He
in a long
left
time.
me and started walking towards that homeless guy with the biggest, brightest smile I had ever. He looked like the fucking the Cheshire cat off of Alice in Wonderland. He had the biggest smile. You talking to me? Like, yeah, hell yeah, crazy too. Talk about, almost like on the inside, you wanted him to say yeah, but he said no.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want them because not no homeless guy. I don't want him to say. I was hoping he did what he did, but the story I told, I wanted him to do what this dude did. I was, you see how he was like, nope.
Yeah.
And he walked up. I was hoping that first guy ain't do that shit. He was ready to
He was
fight.
about it.
He was ready
but
to
they crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, this one was crazy. Something was wrong with him for sure.
Yeah,
He
but
just
so I was glad.
walking up and down the street.
I was glad he said, because it's just like, more than anything, I don't want to fight a homeless guy because I'm just going to go ahead and just prejudge him that I don't think a homeless guy can do nothing with me, plain and simple. You ain't eating right enough. You ain't eating enough. You know what I'm saying? Your stamina. I don't know if you got enough fighting skills on. Maybe they fight out there. The homeless people be out there fighting. So maybe they still be out there.
I think they got to fight for their
But they be having weapons too.
Yeah.
They be having knives and shit.
I would think so.
They be having knives because that dude I was about to fight on foot, he had that ring on.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was a weapon. And I was sitting there thinking, like, if he hit me with that motherfucker, if he like just swing, fuck around, put an eye out or something, put my eye out or some crazy shit.
At the very least, you're gonna have to go and get a tetanus shot, because who knows what he be putting his hands in. He homeless, he can't just wash his
But
hands.
that nigga turned that motherfucker around like, oh nigga, what? Oh, you worry about nigga? This ain't gonna stop nothing. Okay. I was like, oh.
Like, I beat your ass without
I was like, oh shit.
He was about it.
But yeah, but he, that dude walked off, and that's what I be wanting him to do, cause I don't want to fight no homeless guy. I don't want to fight nobody. I'm gonna be straight up. I don't mind fighting if I got to, but I really don't want to fight these days. I'm older, and I got a lot of shit to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My life is just on the trajectory, so I ain't really I don't want to risk it. I fuck around, get locked up or some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to tell that story so I can get this shit out of my phone as a topic. That shit been sitting in my phone for years.
Well,
this topic.
I think they did a good job, baby. And people who watches us, I have to apologize. I'm terrible when I come on here and tell stories. The last time I told a story, I didn't even go into detail. I feel like I did a bad job. So the next time I tell a story, I promise I'll do better. Next time I assist with what's telling the story, I'll try to do better. I get nervous a little bit doing this, so
That's cool.
But I got a story for the next time.
You got a story?
I'm gonna tell that story when I was out on a date with that guy. Remember I told you, and he had to give his daughter some money. He reached over.
Oh yeah, you should tell that. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a
good one.
That was some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm that'll be maybe the next episode.
Okay.
Next episode, crazy dating stories.
Dating stories are always great.
Quibba Cat.
You need to make you a list of just that, because you told me so many different dating stories. I think it's interesting. You should make a list of those and tell those. But
but that's it. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will catch y'all next time.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. We out.